So today we're making a Brigid's cross or a Brigid's eye cross, just two different names for the same thing. And what it is, it's a symbol of the sun. So the shape with the center, the arms represent the four seasons and they're equal. And you'll see in the center this weaving. And I'm going to show you how to do that. For this one here, I used wire. It's a decorative wire that I took a garland apart to create it. Also created out of paper. So I was just showing how to do it. So just the basic concept. This is just pieces of paper that I rolled and again, cutting to make the arms shorter. And today I'm going to make one out of pipe cleaners or chenilles. Okay. So again, you'll see this at Imbolc. Imbolc is the time of year, usually February 1st or 2nd in the Northern Hemisphere. And it's the halfway point between Yule, which is the winter solstice, and Ostara, the spring equinox. And at this time of year is a celebration of the return of light. Things are starting to take bud under the ground before they start to peek through. So it's the beginning. For the Brigid's cross, they're typically made out of reeds. I do not have that type of reed. We're not in a wetland here. It can be made out of long grasses. I made this one, like I said, out of decorative wire. You can make it out of rolled paper. You can make it out of pipe cleaners. You can make it out of many different things, raffia. It's a simple weaving process. I'm just going to put them over here. So first, you're going to take one stick down the middle, and all the other ones are going to be folded in half. Okay, and you can fold them in half ahead of time if you'd like. You can create, if you're doing with pipe cleaners like this, you can create with one color, two colors, four colors, 12 or 16 colors. That is completely up to you. I'm going to do 4 colors in hopes that it helps show you the pattern. You do not have to fold everything ahead of time. I'm just showing you what is required to create. So I'm just going to fold them so it's quicker and easier. And feel free to pause the video if you need to. And I'm putting them in order here because I'm going to do the same color going in one direction so that I can show you the pattern. So I will pick one up in order. But again, you don't need to do that. It can be hard. I know for my brain, it took a little bit for it to understand just how simple it was. It really wanted to make it more difficult than it was. So we start with one stick, one reed, and we're going to put one on so that we have an arm going this way. You don't have to worry too much if they're wonky. You can fix that at the end. So it's just literally bent over the center. Okay, and then we're going to turn it around and put one going the other direction. So now we have our initial cross. So that's our start of our cross. So we have the center one and we have one in each direction. And now I'm going to put this one underneath and over top. So it's just completely encasing the blue. Okay. And then we're going to turn it. So the pink one's now at the top because that's the last one we did. And now it's the green one. So we're going to put it underneath and over top. Okay. And then we're going to turn it. And we're going to go underneath and over top. So our brains want to weave when really we're just sort of holding it in place. And the weave is coming from the turn. So then we're going to turn it. And we're going to put another one underneath and over top. Okay. So we're getting this pattern coming in the center now. We're going to turn it. We're going to go underneath all of them. Right? We're always going underneath all of them and over top of all of them. Okay. And we're going to turn it. And we're going to go underneath and over top. And turn it. And underneath. And over top. And turn it. So you can see this pattern starting to form here. Underneath and over top. And turn. And underneath. And over top. So you're just basically clipping them in place. So with the pipe cleaners, it's a little easier because they're wired. They actually hold everything. You don't have to try and hold it in the air, and you can see what's happening. And we're going to turn it. We're going to go under all of them and over top, right? And clipping. And then we're going to go under and over top, right? And so we're always laying them beside. So it's getting wider and wider. We're going to turn. I'm going to put one more on. There we go. And we're going to turn. And we're going to put one more on. So you can keep going. Typically, it's done in 4s. So the idea being is that you're not going bigger and bigger unless you want to have a much larger one. But the idea is to create a center eye and then have the arms come out. So you can see here the pattern from it. And then when you get to the ends, we're going to bundle the ends together. Now, because I did this in colors, you'll see that there's this one color sticking out because we had a straight stick. I am actually going to bend this one back across the back. You don't have to do this. This is just aesthetics for me. So I'm bending it so that I have all the colors in the same place, but you don't notice it. So again, completely up to you. If you weren't using 4 different colors, you wouldn't even notice that. And then I'm going to just make sure I'm like snug here and neat and tidy. I'm going to bring one of my ends and just wrap it, go around. Okay. And there we go. And the same thing on this one. Just one of my ends and wrap it around. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's take one of my ends and wrap it. There we go. And then the last one, we're doing the same thing. One of my ends and wrap it. So now I have the 4 arms. And then because this is wired, I can play with it a little bit just to straighten it all out. So there we have our Brigid's cross. And these were hung from the rafters of the home for protection. You may not have rafters unless you head up into the attic. I hang it from the roof, or you can hang it over top of a door frame, and it's to bring protection. This is typically was done at this time of year. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And if you need to, just rewind the video, stop, but try not to let your brain overcomplicate it. Because what's going to happen is we think, oh, it's a weaving and we have to go in and out, which is exactly what my brain did. And we don't. All we're doing is literally folding it so that it's like scissors, right? So it's going on the front and back. So one pipe cleaner is going on the front and back. And it's going across more pieces because as you turn it, there's more arms to go across. So we went across 2, and then we went across 3, and then we went across 4. And it can be made, like I said, it was traditionally made of reeds or grasses. I've made this one out of a decorative wire. This was the base of the garland that I had. So it was actually, I think, 8 of these wrapped together to make one long garland. And what I did was take one branch and cut it here, and did that until I had 16 branches, right? So I just cut them all at the ends, and then I had 16, because this is wire as well. So looking outside the box sometimes, right? Maybe you can't find a decorative wire, but maybe you can find something like this, or maybe you can find some decorative grasses with the dried flowers, or you can maybe find some raft, all different things you can use depending on what you want it to look like. And if you have nothing, what I did here, this is literally copy paper. So just plain paper, and it's not neat and tidy here because I was working on just the weave of it to try and figure it out, but you could do it a little neater. I just made rolled sections of paper, took a half a sheet of paper and rolled it, flattened it, secured it with a little bit of tape, and there we go. Hopefully you're able to make your own, and I can't wait to see them. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our great content.